Today I'm going to take you through how to make one of these wooden stars. One of my favorite projects. So here we go. Alright, so we got 8 of these cut. Now you just put them together. This. There's a certain way they go. This is like the long way. This is the short way. You do the short way. You can see the difference. It looks like a star. Flip them over the wrong side. These ends come out more and it's a different shape of the star. I prefer the short way because it looks more like an actual star. That's what we'll do that way. So now that we have them together, set up like we want, a little glue on there. Just get a piece of wood, just kind of cut it down a little bit. Got to have something to keep them all together, so just put that piece of wood on there like that. Oops, make sure they're still together. Really good. Take the staple gun. Glue dry, then we'll sand it. Now that we have the star all glued together, the back is secure. Now we need to sand the front of it. I don't mind it so much being rough, but some of these edges I like to knock down so that we don't get splinters or whatever. So just use our trusty sander. Chose to do one in green, and I'm just kind of mixing a couple of different colors to get a shade of green that I like. Green is my favorite color, but it's also supposed to be kind of a Christmas star, so I'm trying to stay with what would be considered a neutral Christmas color here. And just painting the edges. I do add a little water when I'm doing the edges because it tends to be a little harder for the paint to go in those end grains. I like it to look, I don't know, we used to call it shabby chic. I don't know what they call it now, but where some of the wood is still showing through, just kind of not fully on there, because again, I'll come back and wipe some stain over it and kind of give it an aged look. A lot of times on these edges, I'll use a little bit of water just because where it's cut, it's very porous, and so it doesn't always get all the way down in there. So have that open grain, and we just kind of want to sit on top of it. I don't normally paint this fast, but I'm trying to hurry. So now that the paint has dried, what I want to do is go along the edges, because when you see something that's freshly painted, you know, the edges are all painted, but if something is supposed to be old, vintage, then the edges are all going to be worn off. Just a quick little scrape of the edges. And the same over here. Sorry, little Santa. Have a really rough sandpaper on here because that's really all I use it for, is to scuff up the edges. So, little white paint in there. Alright. Hope it look vintage, right? So now, like I said, I just get a little bit of stain and just take a little rag. Much, just a little bit. Go over it. Kind of wipe as I go. So I just want that wood on the edge to look old and used, worn. This one, you know, hanging out for years. Look in there. So it doesn't take much, and then now we've got this cute little star that looks vintage. This one, I might use a little more on this one because I want this green to kind of die down a little bit. I don't want it to be bright. So I'm going to go over whole thing. And maybe you can see what I'm talking about on a good half of it. I don't know if the camera really picks that up or not. But you can see the difference. This is darker and more used looking, old looking. That's what we're going for. We don't want things to look brand new.